Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I'm Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. I haven't done a podcast on Lovescopes for a long time, so I thought this would be really fun to look at 2026 and the Lovescope for all of the zodiac signs. Love is so important right now, and I feel like it is important to us that we step into actively loving, whatever form that means for you. But love is becoming visible again, not as performance, not as romance alone, but as frequency. As 2026 unfolds, love is emerging as one of the clearest forms of illumination available to humanity. It is no longer confined to private spaces or reserved for intimate relationships. We are hearing it spoken out loud or out loud in unexpected places, at public events, on reality shows that aren't even about love, and in quiet, ordinary interactions between people who may never meet again. These moments matter. They are signals. When love begins to move freely through language, it means the collective heart is remembering itself. I've been stopped in my tracks in a few public places recently where I hear, "I love you," or "I'm so in love with you," out in public. And I feel for generations where we suppressed or it just wasn't appropriate, we're beginning to understand that the vibration and expressing love as a frequency, as it's expressed, is important to us. In this year of 2026, in the universal year of one, love becomes foundational, not decorative. It is the frequency that stabilizes new beginnings and gives coherence to change. Love is not passive in this cycle. It is active. It's organizing. It's stirring things up, and it is intelligent. When expressed sincerely, love regulates our nervous system. It softens fear. It restores trust at every level, personal, relational, and collectively. This is why illumination in 2026 is inseparable from love. Light without love can overwhelm, and love is what allows light to be received, integrated, and then expressed through how we live. What is especially powerful now is that love is showing up beyond expectation. People are saying, "I love you," without pretense, not to impress, not to claim, but to acknowledge connection. This reflects a subtle yet profound shift in consciousness. Love is being recognized as a shared field, not a possessive or possession of that field. When spoken openly, love becomes a bridge between strangers, a reminder of common humanity, a quiet act of healing in a world that has carried too much division. It's our core. It allows us to connect at that core. And as we move through 2026, love is the vibration that carries illumination into form. It informs how we speak, how we listen, how we choose, and how we begin again, especially in this number one year. Love is the lens through which each zodiac sign will experience growth, challenge, and renewal this year. When love leads, clarity follows. When love is present, even difficult transitions become meaningful and transformative. This is why the love cast matters, because love is no longer just a theme of the heart. It is the frequency shaping the future. So what if you look at your Lovescope for the year? Now, I know we're hungry for connection, for chemistry and in-depth conversations and moments that make you rethink what partnerships can look like for you. And as the year moves forward, the stars invite more honesty and more openness in every single connection. In fact, I could go as far as to say they demand that connection. They demand that we connect at a deeper level. Our 2026 Lovescope offers a sign-by-sign guide to the year ahead, from the sweetest windows for new romance to the perfect or right timing for tending to long-term love and healing old heartaches. Now, I've included some key dates as 2026 Lovescope unfolds along this timeline. As the year's astrology shifts the mood in love for every single sign, timing is everything, but also it's being aware, it's being courageous, and of course it means being open. And those key dates are February 17th. The first eclipse of the year is an annular solar eclipse in Aquarius, and it arrives just a few days after Valentine's Day. This energy urges us to take a unique, future-oriented approach to our emotions, our dating life, and any and all relationships we have around us. And then a few days later, February 20th, Saturn and Neptune align in Aries. Aries is the I am archetype, and this energy pushes us to commit to our next dream and take bold, courageous steps toward the love life we truly want. Shortly after that, March 3rd, we have a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, and that asks us to be more pragmatic and honest about how we express ourselves in all our relationships. And we move to summer, June 29th, where Jupiter enters Leo, and that just adds more sweetness, more sugar and spice and fiery passion to any romance or any attraction, and certainly looking at creative connections. July 26th, the North Node enters Aquarius, and that sets off a total solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th, and then a healing partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on August 27th. In October 3rd through November 13th, Venus retrograde moonwalks from Scorpio to Libra, and during this time, it may feel harder to express your sentiments, especially as you long for people to understand what you intuitively need. This is a time for you to really evaluate and define love. So the 2026 Lovescope, for the most accurate insight, I suggest that you listen to both your sun sign and your rising sign. Some people like to listen to your moon sign also. But let's jump in. Let's start with Aries. Aries, this year you want to make clear decisions in love. You're building a strong sense of community even when you feel slightly out of touch. If you've been giving power to other people in the past, 2026 is the year to reclaim it as your own. It's a powerful time to step up, set healthy boundaries, and discover the healing power of love. And Taurus, you'll feel more inclined to be partnered throughout the year as you reassess your personal standards and your expectations of what love is and who you love and where you spend that time. You'll begin to see someone's intent more quickly. Actions speak louder than words, so show your crush who you are and what you value. And in time, you'll leap and hard launch those actions in a platform such as social media to confirm the commitment, but only when you're ready. And Gemini, you are blossoming as you spread your wings and follow your intuition. You are on a spiritual love journey that develops over time and connects you to a higher realm of vibration. Remember this, when you feel as though no one is paying attention, as your inquisitive air sign nature might become impatient. Patience is key. Your 2026 Lovescope encourages you to let the universe catch up. Wait for it. Be in the flow of the energy. And Cancer, to navigate this intense year, take your partnerships slowly. If you are unsure of your feelings, this will be especially important in the months ahead when you may find yourself in situations that require you to give up your personal power to make relationships work. decide if the juice is worth the squeeze, because you should never put yourself second in love. And Leo, you'll have time to revisit a previous affair and decide how you want to proceed. This can also bring back unwanted attention, so it is essential to be vigilant about your personal desires. You might question whether a connection during this cycle is really worth it. Your 2026 Lovescope highlights a significant choice between falling into old, maybe some outdated habits, or reframing your approach under these new skies and the new energy of this new cycle. And Virgo, this is a beautiful year for your love life, especially if you want to strengthen your connections. You will feel genuinely supported by those you care about. Throughout the upcoming months, your heart and mind will expand, giving you the chance to understand others at a deeper, soulful level, unlike anything you might have experienced before. Be willing to embrace new experiences and let love surprise you. And Libra, your passions and inner fire will receive plenty of fuel in 2026. People will be attracted to you on a primal level, and you'll feel their interest and their engagement. If there's someone special who's stood out in the crowd and seems intriguing, use this energy to connect in new or different ways. Don't be shy or lost in a daydream. Your Lovescope for 2026 urges you to make a move. And Scorpio, you are looking toward a vibrant year of love in 2026. Be ready. You're about to be in demand. You have much to look forward to as you move through the year with intense transformative experiences. Numerous turning points create a strong sense of purpose in your romantic connections, even if all you want to do is snuggle up in bed with your significant other. And Sagittarius, you have higher expectations for your significant other or your crush. But if someone isn't offering you the world and more, maybe they're not worth your time. Maybe putting your energy elsewhere is best. You might feel a bit more pensive or drawn towards seclusion if they don't show up for you, especially since you crave tons of affection. Still, your overall sunny nature will keep you feeling inspired throughout the year's celestial shifts. In Capricorn, romance brings sparks from the very beginning of 2026, and at times it can feel like you're maybe a little bit out of control. This is mainly because you are entering a new way of life that's full of excitement and unpredictability. You're being asked to relinquish fear and any ego surrounding your romantic life. This might include being more open-minded and more open to self-love as the foundation for future relationships. And Aquarius, while you feel motivated to couple up, it's essential not to put too much pressure on this matter. Even if you're feeling lonely at times, avoid the temptation to return to toxic exes, to power struggles with friends or lovers, or any triangular situations. The comfort you feel will be fleeting, and you can ultimately get in the way of your next great love, as your 2026 Lovescope reminds you. And Pisces, everyone deserves to feel a sense of pride with their partner. You want someone who complements you so well that you both bring out the best qualities in each other. In 2026, they help you see that you're able to attain stability in your relationships. Let them be your rock and grounding force before you get carried away by fantasy. Now, overall, as you take this year and these love themes for your individual sign, remember that astrology is not a promise. It's an invitation. I always suggest know the energies and how you can align and be in the flow of the energies to your highest divine purpose. Go with the flow, not enforce. The year ahead will not be perfect or predictable, but it is rich with possibility. Staying open in 2026 doesn't mean ignoring red flags or bypassing reality. It means choosing curiosity over cynicism and discernment over fear. Be real. Love grows best when we allow ourselves to stay present with what it is rather than clinging to what we wish it could be. I say oftentimes people fall in love with the perception or the vision of what it could be. This is a year for you to be practical and be real. One of the most powerful practices this year is emotional clarity. Before reacting, pause and ask, what am I truly feeling? What do I need right now? And be honest. Honesty with yourself first keeps love clean and grounded. Another supportive practice is conscious communication. Speak what is real, but do so with kindness and from your heart. Listening fully without preparing a defense creates safety in every relationship, romantic, families, communal. And when things feel uncertain, return to your body. Breathe, walk, rest. Let your nervous system settle before making big emotional decisions. And finally, stay anchored in self-love. Have that be your living practice, not just a concept. Tend to your energy. Honor your boundaries and allow love to meet you where you are, not where you think you should be or where you hope to be, but where you are today. Optimism in 2026 comes from trust in your own growth. Realism comes from honoring your truth, and openness comes from remembering that love evolves when we do. As you move through this year's astrological shifts, let love be something you practice daily, not something you wait for, or something that you experience or you feel you're not fully whole until you find that love. Find the love within you. And when you do, clarity follows. Connections deepen in ways you may not ever have imagined. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for listening. I want to do a quick shout out to my listeners in over 137 countries. I am in such deep gratitude to all my listeners, no matter where you are. I'm Lori Wondra and sending you hugs and love from my heart to you.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to her monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.